Good afternoon and welcome to Jerry Apple Stadium to see your Austin College Kangaroos take on the Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs. The Roos are coming off their first victory of the season last week against Lyon College. Now the Roos will make the season turn and play each division rival for the second time. I'm calling it the Revenge Tour, and the Roos need to start by avenging a 34-43 defeat to this TLU Bulldogs from 2 weeks ago. I can't imagine playing a team twice in the same season, let alone twice in a 3-week time span. The scheduling gods were not kind to the Roos, especially since TLU played the Roos, then got a bye week, and now they get to play us again. In the first meeting, Jalen Talton threw for 388 yards, not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 TD passes. Michael Kress turned his 4 receptions into 149 yards and 2 TDs, one of them going for 90. Jacob Brewer, however, had 6 receptions for 137 yards and 3 TDs. For the Bulldogs, Caden Bosenko was able to amass 196 yards passing and 1 TD, but the bell cow for TLU was running back Weston Guzman. Guzman carried the ball 16 times for 146 rushing yards and 3 TDs, as well as hauling in 5 receptions. Needless to say, number 32 Guzman will be the focal point for the Roos redshirt defense. I'm Kirk Hughes, and joining me today in the booth is fellow Roo wide receiver from 1995 season, Mr. DJ Tillery. Okay, DJ, I know you did your homework on these two teams, and being a stats guy that you are, what do you think the Roos need to do to win this game?
Well, Kirk, I think the key to this game is AC's offense needs to develop the deep balls that they were working with in the second half when they played, and possibly limit their Guzman's rushing.
Yeah, no, 100%. He just kind of ran all over us and had some long plays, and really Guzman carried the ball, like I said, 16 times. Mr. Williams carried the ball 10 times for only 38 yards, so really nobody else did much damage against us except for Mr. Guzman. Caden Bosenko had some key passes, though, racking up 196 yards. Levante Henry had 2 receptions for 45 and a touchdown. His longest was 35, and that was the TD. It's those big plays that kind of hurt Austin College, especially special teams with that 100-yard kickoff return in the third quarter that kind of deflated the Roos at that point. But I would say what we need is more Michael Kress, some more of Jacob Brewer, and then I think the other guy we want to look at is Barrett Hudson. Barrett Hudson had a phenomenal day last week against Lyon, rushing for over 200 yards, and I think
he had 3 touchdowns of over 70 yards.
Yeah,
that's unheard of.
No, Mark, we need to get Mark Parrish on that and start doing the research, because I guarantee you he's not going to find another AC football player that's had 3+ touchdowns that long in a single game, let alone a season.
In all the games I played in, I can only think of 2 guys that's rushed for over 70-yard touchdown, and he did it 3 times in one game.
Yeah, so I'm sure their focal point's going to be on Barrett Hudson for sure, but that's good because Zion Stewart is also another good rusher. He didn't have as good a game last week as he was a little injured, a little hot, had a little bit of some asthma going on, I think some cramps. So Barrett took over, but there's not one. What we're finding out with this team is there's not one person to key on. You can't key on just Barrett, because then we got Zion Stewart to run with it. If you want to key on him, you got Barrett Hudson, but also you got to worry about Jalen Talton. He's now back full strength, 100% healthy after he sprained that ankle in week 2. I think we'll have to kind of look at this. Kind of going to boil down to the offensive line, right? They're going to have to set the tone for that running game. Also give Jalen plenty of time for the passing game too. And it looked like last week, in talking to some people on the street, Mr. Clayton downstairs, he said they kind of shortened that passing game up a little bit. Maybe some shorter passes, but then it's going to all be down to run after the catch. And that's what we got with Michael Kress in the first game, where he took one for 90 yards. Last week, speaking of Barrett Hudson, last week he had 240 yards. That's the second most in AC football history. Came up just 16 yards short of Mr. Aaron Kernack, who had 256 in a single game. So that's pretty good company right there to be joining, right? If you're joining Aaron Kernack in the history books with him, that's good company. Mr. Kernack played in the early 2000s.
Yes, he did. I watched him play.
Went on and played a little NFL ball too.
Yep, he was on the practice squads for both the Giants and the Ravens.
Was he on? Did he ever go to the Patriots?
I'm not sure on that one. But I know he was actually with the Ravens one of their deep playoff runs.
There you go. Maybe he played against Tom Brady. I remember Mark Parrish writing something about it at one point, or making a reference to it. Well, it looks like the Roos are going to kick off. They won the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. So we're going to see this Roos defense and see what we can do to focus in on them. Kicking off for the Roos is going to be the junior, Caleb Balladares from Azle, Texas. Back deep, we're going to have Levante Henry, number 15, and number 16, U.G. Robinson, the fourth. U.G. Robinson, the fourth, is the guy that took that one back for 100 yards against us. So if I'm Coach White, I'm telling Caleb, kick it to the right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, he normally kicks it to the left, so I think from a kicking standpoint, that's where he normally goes, but I think we want to try to kick away if we can. And that's the good strategy. So they're going to kick it to Levante Henry, who takes it at about the 5-yard line. Gets a couple of blocks. Gets out to about the 31-yard line. So good containment by the Roos. No flags on the play, and we're going to be underway.
That's a strong start.
For the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs, we'll look for Caden Basenko. Number 5 is the junior quarterback from San Antonio. Went to East Central. And then obviously the lone running back is going to be Weston Guzman. And that's who's going to get the ball here as he's hands off and finds a good hole in that left side for a gain of about 6 yards. It didn't look like much, a little bit of a slow developing play, but it looked like he was able to find a little crease there.
Yeah, it looks like the Bulldogs are going with the strategy that won them the last game.
They're going to stick with the two receivers to the near side. Number 28 is going to go in motion. They're going to hand it off to 28, going in motion, trying to get to the outside. Depending on the spot, he's going to go ahead and pick up the first down.
He did get it.
And that's Chase Patek, the senior from Victoria, Texas. They don't hand it off to him too much, but pretty effective. So now they're going to get the running back out in the flat. Quick pass, going to be tackled there by number 5. That's going to be Brady Dygert after a gain of about 10 yards. And that's what they do, right? So if they can't hand it off to him to get him out to the outside quickly, he goes in motion and they do that little quick pass and screen kind of to the right side. 3 plays and 2 first downs. So good job there by the Bulldogs. Kangaroos need to kind of stiffen up a little bit here on defense. Pump fake. Going to look to go deep. A little bit of contact there, but no flags on the play as that's covered by Garrison Hefner from Magnolia, Texas, the sophomore. Number 7. Good job there.
Solid coverage.
And that was Levante Henry they were looking at as the wide receiver. Is going to bring up 2nd and 10. Caden Basenko is going to hand off to number 26, Gabriel Williams. Gabriel Williams picks up about 8 yards. So a good play on 2nd down to get a big chunk after the Roos has stopped them on 1st down. Roos got to somehow slow them down a little bit, not give them these easy 3rd down short yardage situations.
Yeah, Kirk, it looks like the linebackers are getting caught up in the flow a little bit and not getting to the running backs as quickly as we'd like to see them.
Brings up 3rd and 2. 21 goes in motion. They're going to fake it out to them. Quarterbacks can't find anybody. He's scrambling. Finds a big hole back to the right side. He's got plenty of daylight. He's going to take it all the way inside the 20-yard line, probably about the 14-yard line. So good job by the Roos in pushing him out and forcing the play initially, but just didn't keep containment on the backside. Caden Basinko is not known for really running. He does, average about 3.5 yards a carry, but he doesn't carry it too much, but that'll definitely help the average right there.
Yeah, that play was not designed to work like that, but he made the best of a bad situation.
And Guzman's going to take it right up the middle and takes a big hit by number 30. Eliel Sandoval meets him head on, and after that, Weston Guzman didn't go anywhere. Unfortunately, he'd already picked up about 4 yards. Be 2nd and 4. And this is where the Roos defense historically this year has done a pretty good job. They've kind of bend but don't break. They've given up a lot of yardage. Early in the games, they've been able to try to keep them out of the end zone, maybe force a field goal. Right now, the Bulldogs are going into about a 5 to 10 mile an hour wind. It's a beautiful day here, only 74 degrees. Quarterback's going to keep this one himself, finds the hole, going to get and falls into the end zone for a touchdown for Caden Basenko. 10-yard run. So Caden Basenko's keying in on Weston Guzman's done a good job, but we've kind of lost track of Basenko there on the runs. Good first drive there by the Bulldogs.
And none of the plays were really explosive. They were just working hard and making do with what they had.
On for the extra point is Joaquin Rodriguez. And he's able to put that right down the middle. So with 11:17 to go on the opening drive, the TLU Bulldogs 7, Austin College 0. And now it's going to be up to the Austin College offense to come back and respond. With the wind at our backs. Now, Coach Joe's talking to the referees. There's something he didn't like about, I think, one of those plays. And the substitution, I think, is what he's talking about. There's been a lot of substituting going on between plays, and I don't think the Roos maybe had enough time to get their guys out on the field that they wanted on that touchdown run. When the offense substitutes, the referees have to hold it to give the defense enough time to be able to bring in the guys they want. And I'm not sure that he agreed with how much time he got to get his guys substituted in. So back deep for the Roos, number 88, DQ Barnes. And number 5 is going to be Brady Digert. Oh, I'm sorry, Barrett Hudson. They both share the same number. Brady. I'm sure Brady would love to be back there returning kickoffs, but that's not the case. It's going to be Barrett Hudson. Makes a whole lot more sense. And that's who they're going to kick it to is Barrett Hudson, who's going to take it at about the 10-yard line. Got a hole, bounces off a tackle. He gets to the outside. If he gets to that corner, he could be gone. He's going to take it to the 48-yard line. Good job there by number 8 for pushing him out of bounds, Xavier Simpson. But if he gets around Xavier, Hudson's going to make a real quick response.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a patient run. And as soon as he saw the hole open, he broke.
Yeah, that wedge kind of created that wedge, but nobody – they didn't create a wedge. It just all kind of bunched up, and everybody sucked in, and he waited for everybody, like he does as a running back, saw the opening to the outside and took off. So great field position for the Roos to start their opening drive at the Bulldogs' 48-yard line.
He picked up another 25 yards after initial contact.
Yeah, sure did. And then he's going to get right back out there in the running back position, standing next to Jalon, and they're going to hand it off to him. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage as he tries that right-hand side. wasn't a whole lot of push by that right-hand side offensive line. Everybody kind of got stood up there. Last week saw a really good push by that offensive line, especially the right side, late in that game as well. Bring up 2nd and 10. Got DQ Barnes to the far side, 2 receivers to the near side. Handoff again to Barrett Hudson, who this time is going to pick up about 5 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 5. Now, tried the right side, didn't get much room. Tried the left side, got 5 yards. So I think we know which way we're going to run for a little bit here.
Absolutely. He didn't have initial contact until he was in almost the secondary.
So you're kind of in no man's land. So really, you've got 2 plays to pick this up. You're probably not going to punt it. You're probably going to go for it on 4th down if you don't pick up the 1st down. So you want to try to pick up a few yards. Bears going to go ahead and just pick it up right here, depending on the spot. It's not a great spot, depending on which official you're looking at. They split the difference and only gave them 3 yards when they needed, or gave them 5 yards when they needed 6. So it's going to be 4th down and a long one.
Yeah,
maybe
long
2.
one.
It's a really bad spot, but now they're going to go quad receivers to the right side with just stacked.
This is interesting.
It's an interesting formation here, and they're going to pitch it out to.
And it's going to work.
Oh yeah, it does. I mean, you've got 3 blockers out there, and you got Barrett as the last guy, and just pitch it as fast as you can and let him take off. You got Michael Kress, number 85, blocking, who's the sophomore, 5'11", 190. You've got DQ Barnes, 6'2", 190. So you've got some pretty good sized dudes out there blocking on some little bitty cornerbacks and some safeties. So 1st and 10 Roos. Smart play call there. So far 4 plays, and we know who's getting the ball this game. It's going to be Barrett Hudson. And we'll go ahead and give it to him again. Breaks the left side. Oh, every time it looks like he's just one guy away.
He is a very patient runner.
Picks up 5 yards on that play, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 5. And now we're going to see number 42, Zion Stewart, come in and give Barrett Hudson a breather. Fakes the handoff. It's going to throw it to.
Nice ball.
Let's see. No, that's going to be number 8. That's going to be Jacob Brewer running the seam route. It's kind of on the inside seam route. Gets inside the cornerback. Picks up about 20 yards. And that Roos get right back to the line of scrimmage, not giving them any time to adjust defensively. And they're going to go right back to the same route.
Had a lot of contact there. No flags, though.
The back official reached for his back pocket, and I think the flag was in the other one, and he decided not to reach for the other one. But I was a little bit questionable there.
He was early.
Zion Stewart stays in at running back, just to the right of Jalen Talton. Got DQ Barnes and Michael Kress to the near side. Pinson to the far side. Jalen sidearms, looking for Michael Kress, I think, coming over the top, and
it was deflected at the line.
Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That sidearm pass works pretty good when you've got a deep drop or if you kind of scramble outside the pocket, but inside that pocket be a little tough. So we're going to bring up 3rd and 10. Kind of abandoned the running game a little bit right down inside this red zone we got down here. I'm going to hand it to Zion Stewart. It's going to go up the middle and pick up about 4 yards. So the Roos could still get a 1st down, but they're going to bring up Caleb Balderas and take the 3 points. I think that's probably the right call there. It's going to bring 4th and about 5 yards. Kick is up and good. So with 6:52 left in the first quarter, TLU Bulldogs 7, Austin College Roos 3. So it's a good drive, good responsive drive. We didn't get the touchdown that we wanted, but at the end of the day, we got to put some points on the board and gave our defense the time to regroup and rest up a little bit.
You'd have liked to seen a touchdown there, but 3 points is 3 points.
Yeah, they ran it with Barrett Hudson, and pretty much all the way down the field. There was a couple passes there to Jacob Brewer, but once they got inside the 20, they quit the run. They only handed it off once, twice there, once at the very last play, but to Zion, and picked up good yards both times.
That first pass play worked so well, they became a little enamored with it.
Yeah, they did. I'm still with you, though. I still think that there was a good chance that that receiver was hit early on the second one and should have been first and goal at the 1 yard line, or at least half the distance. Maybe the 8 yard line, first and goal from the 8, depending on where they spotted it.
I'm not a big fan of ticky-tacky pass interferences, but I'd have thrown the flag there.
Yeah. Of course, we're also both offensive guys, so we're always going to side with the offensive player, especially when he had inside position. But anyway,
yeah.
Caleb's going to kick off, and that's going to be to number 16. Eugene Robinson moved over to the right side this time, and he takes it deep in the back of the end zone, but he pulls it all the way out to the 35, and that's where they made the adjustment, right? So the Bulldogs made the adjustment. They knew that he was going to kick it to the right side.
Yep.
And they switched. So at the end of the day, the Roos need to probably have a play in that just says we're kicking it to not number 16.
Not 16, absolutely.
So whatever sides he lines up on, we're kicking it the opposite way, and everybody just needs to know that's where it's going to go. So far, the Roos defense wasn't able to stop the Bulldogs, so let's see what they do on this second drive, see what adjustments they're able to make. They're going to fake the handoff, going to go pass right over the middle, and that's going to be to the house. Number 6 is going to go all the way. That's Caleb Camarillo, the junior from San Antonio, Texas. So 65-yard pitch and catch, easy pitch and catch, quick response.
Just a slant with no safety help, and he's gone.
And you know what? I think we got so enamored with keying in on Weston Guzman, they made that play fake, that read, and he realized that, hey, look, we're all looking for Weston Guzman to get the ball like he did in the last game, and they came out with a totally different game plan. Joaquin Rodriguez to kick the extra point. No, somebody called timeout, threw a flag, delay game. Well, whatever Coach White got mad at before, they substituted again, and Coach White got his last substitution in, and they didn't get the playoff. So that was all from the last extra point attempt right there. Make it a little bit more difficult for Joaquin. He is 95% on his extra point attempts for the year. This will make it a little bit trickier. The wind has died down a little bit. I think we're more in the 5. It's blowing right into his face, which makes it a little bit easier. High snap, and he is able to put it down the middle. So with 6:35 to go, still in the first quarter, TLU Bulldogs 14, Austin College Roos 3, with the Roos coming up with their second drive to see how they can respond to that quick touchdown. So
definitely need a score on this drive.
Definitely need a score. I think 7 is keep up with this offense is going to be key. Is keeping up with TLU's had a great season. They've put up some big points this year. They put up 35 against Trinity, 31 against Centenary. Only put up 10 against McMurray, but McMurray's a pretty good team. 49 against Lyon, and then obviously 43 the last time they played Austin College. So Their offense is pretty potent, and we just saw why.
Yeah.
So, again, DQ Barnes and Barrett Hudson back to receive deep for the Roos. This time it's going to be number 24's fair catch. It's Trey Adams, the senior tight end. Really smart play there. That ball hung up in the air.
Yeah, that was a short kick.
A short kick. Take the fair catch. Roos will take it at the 25.
I don't think they wanted to see Hudson with the ball again either.
No. I don't think they want to see DQ with the ball either. He's a pretty good, dangerous returner himself. So smart play. So we got DQ Barnes and Michael Kress to the near side. Jacob Brewer to the far side. Barrett Hudson back at running back. He's going to take it to the left side. Pick up 8 yards on that one. So we're seeing a pretty big disparity in yardage on the right side versus the left side. That left side of that line is just creating some huge holes. I think the Roos, offensive coordinator just realized that. They're running behind number 57, Javian McGowan, the left guard, Mike Hare, center, Trevor Timian. A little bit high for Michael Kress. I think Jalen might want to have that one back. He had Barrett Hudson coming out of the backfield kind of wide open. If he waited just another half a second, DQ Barnes was streaking the other way.
And the line held up well there. There was no pressure coming.
Bring up 3rd and 2. Again, DQ Barnes and Michael Kress to the near side. Jacob Brewer to the far side. And Barrett Hudson's going to run to the left side.
Yes.
And obviously picks up the first down with that one. Good run there. Good job of the O-line. Okay, well, let's see what they do now because Barrett Hudson's kind of come out of the game, get a little breather. Zion Stewart's going to come back in at running back.
I'd like to see Zion to the left side here.
I think I would too. And there it is. There's the hole to the left side, and he's going to spin off, and good run there. Good hard run by Zion. That play was actually designed to go to the right, but, again, the left side created the hole, and he couldn't. Great cutback and vision there. Good run there. So now we're going to see Christian Johnson come in, the senior from Wiley, Texas. So we're going to see the whole trio of backs that we have today in this actual drive and back-to-back plays. 1st and 10 Roos at the Bulldogs 36-yard line.
Oh.
A little RPO action, fake the handoff. A little bit high there, but it's one that DQ Barnes at 6'2", 190.
I'd have liked to see him pull that one in.
Needs to pull that one in. So he's going against Marique Square, the senior defensive back from Houston, Texas, who's 5'8". So I'll take 6'2" versus 5'8" all day long. Maybe.
Oh, he's
there
wide.
it is. There it is. Oh, just slipped on that one. So that's the shallow drag route that Barrett Jenkins made an All-American out of, right? So let everybody go deep. He comes across just on the inside, just inside those linebackers. Let them clear a little bit, comes underneath, and then once he catches it, he was off to the races. And I think once DQ catches that one, he's gone.
Yeah, that was at least a 20-yard gain.
So I'm going to bring up 3rd and 10. That time the line didn't give him much time. Jalen had to bail out to the left. DQ was running the bailout route to try to get to the end zone. Kind of got a little bit turned around. I think if he kept it on that route, stayed with that a little bit longer. But this time of day, he's looking kind of back into the sun a little bit, but I think once you turn that head and lose sight of the ball, it's gonna be over. So number 14 to punt for the Roos, that's going to be Kellen Vickery. And that's going to go out of the back of the end zone. I don't think that's what he was trying to do. I think he wanted to get that up a little bit higher, maybe angle that a little bit better.
I think he was trying to drop it coffin corner, and he added about 7 yards more than he wanted.
Yeah, and, you know, I think Coach White might look back at this later and say, hey, we had the ball on the 36-yard line. I know it was 4th and 10, but it's a net of 16 yards. So
I'd love to see that drag route again.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when DQ looks back at that, he's going to realize that there was nobody ahead of him. I think sometimes some wide receivers get a little nervous thinking there's a linebacker sitting there waiting on him, but there was nobody there waiting on him at that point. Quarterback's going to fake the handoff this time, keep it himself, nowhere to go. Good pursuit by the Roos defense. That's going to be number 6, Cam Hammond, who forces him down for a short gain.
That was another broken play that he dug about 5 yards out of.
Yeah, I didn't think he got that much yards until I looked down and realized he picked up 5. But good job there by Caden Basenko, who's a good job rushing today. This time they're going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to get nowhere. Good pursuit. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 red jerseys. Nick Chevalier is the first one there to make the hit, and then Brady Digert and then Eliel Sandoval all finished them off at the same time, so he might have gotten a 1 yard. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 3. .13 left on the play clock. It's still ticking on. They're still trying to get the right play in as that play clock's ticking down. Roos look like they're in man coverage on top, man coverage down below. No, that ball's incomplete. That ball came out. So good job there by number 7, Garrison Hefner, defensive back from Magnolia, Texas. The receiver seemed to have it in his hands, but Garrison kind of stripped that out last second.
That's what they needed here. They needed to stop.
They needed to stop badly. And now
last 3 and out.
We're going to get a punt into the wind with 3:10 to go here, still in the first quarter. Cameron Welch, the senior from New Braunfels, Texas, Canyon High School. I think that's where the Matt Kyle, Jen Kyle, Cat Kyle, I think they're all down in that New Braunfels Canyon area. There's going to be a short punt, but a Bulldog roll and bounce. Wow. They're going to get an extra 15 yards out of that roll alone. So, but the Roos will have the ball back again at their own 22-yard line with 2:59 to go, still here in the first quarter. Roos trailing 14-3. Again, we're right back to where we were this last play. That was a good exchange. Good job by the defense of really keeping the Bulldog offense from making any positive yardage, getting the ball right back in the hands of your offense to try to put some points on the board. Barrett Hudson back at running back. Pistol formation. Barrett's going to go straight up the middle.
They had brought the strong safety over to cover on the left side to try to alleviate that, and they left the middle wide open.
That was a good job there by the center, just creating that lane. I mean, he literally ran straight up where the center was just standing. That's number 73 for the Roos. Trevor Timmerman. That time it looked like they kind of faked the pass, but then they did the handoff. But defensive lineman was in the backfield immediately and brought down Barrett Hudson before he could even get back to the line of scrimmage.
He had hands on him as soon as the handoff was happening.
Yeah, lucky that one wasn't fumbled. That's usually how that ends up going down. Bring up 3rd and 6. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Michael Crest to the near side.
There's the drag.
Oh, fun. Yeah, again, no time there for for Jalen Talton to do anything. It was he had maybe 1.5 to 2 seconds to make a decision, and then he was hit immediately. Good job there by the Bulldogs defense. So 4th and 9 for the Roos. Bring Kellen Vickery back to punt. Don't have the option here kicking it away from Eugene Robinson. You can still kick it away from him, but only one guy back there. And that's the punt we needed last time.
Yeah, you accomplished the coffin corner, but
yeah, the wrong time to pull that one out. That would have been a lot better than the last punt and would have definitely taken it. He tried to get it up. I know what he tried to do. He tried to kick it up in the air, get it up high, get a good hang time so that Eugene Robinson couldn't, the fourth, could not return that one. Good news is he didn't return it, but
yep, just like in golf, sometimes you shank one.
Yeah, it does happen. Sometimes for some of us more than others. Well, the Bulldogs are going to have good field position at the Roos 36-yard line to start this drive. It's going to be Weston Guzman in the backfield with Caden Basenko. Basenko's going to keep this one himself. Hit right at the line of scrimmage and then jumps forward. Hit by Colton Gherkin, the graduate linebacker from South Grand Prairie, Texas. It's a good job by Caden Basenko. He took the hit and still just kind of dove forward and picks up 5 yards.
Yeah.
You know, Basenko's 5'10", 185. He runs a lot bigger than that. This time they're going to hand it off to Weston Guzman, and he's going to pick up the first down as he runs that left side. Brought down by number 75, Caden McFarland.
That was the same play.
And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. So we're going to flip sides. Now the Bulldogs will have the wind at their back. Roos will be going against the wind, but maybe that's a good thing. Against the wind, maybe a little bit better luck for us. So this second quarter is brought to you by the Gar Hole. Are you looking for a great place to experience live music without the hustle and bustle of a big town scene? Experience music the way it used to be, the way it ought to be. Well then, head over to the Gar Hole in Westminster, Texas. Great live music, cold drinks, and don't forget about the food to feed your soul. Go to thegarhole.net for events and tickets, and make sure you tell Claude and Brent hello for me. I know you've been there because we had our draft there a couple of years ago. It's a great place.
Yes. Fantastic food.
Oh, the burgers.
Oh, the
burgers are amazing. Greasy.
Have you ever been to on, I believe it's Wednesdays, they have
the Pick and Circle.
Pick and Circle, yeah.
I have not been to that yet.
I highly recommend it.
Now, I did see a couple nights ago, they were looking for people to come dressed in their Western gear because they were filming a music video for one of their singers was doing a music video. But
really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, but I missed out on that one. All right, start this quarter. They're going to go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Oh, no. That ball came out just the last second. So that was Jeremiah Contreras on the coverage as number 6, Caleb Camarillo. I thought he had it and had control of it.
He absolutely did.
And at the last second, the ball kind of just squirted out. I think on instant replay, luckily we don't have it today. It's the one time I'm glad we don't have it.
You know what? I'm going to say he didn't survive the ground.
Yeah.
That's what they'd call.
That was the Des Bryant approach right
That's
there.
That's what they'd call if he was playing the Patriots.
That's right. All right, this time they're going to hand it off to Guzman. Good job there by number 95. That's Fernando Delgado, the nose guard freshman from W.T. White, who hit him right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe half a yard on that one.
Yeah, got off his block and put hands right on him.
Bring up 3rd and 9. Guzman in the backfield. 2 receivers at the far side, 1 at the near side. Quarterback's got plenty of time. Now he's going to scramble out, and he's going to pick up the first down and shuffle his feet and try to get into the end zone. But he's going to be out of bounds at about the
No, they're calling it. I didn't think he got in either, but I think he hit the pylon with the ball as he was going out of bounds.
And they gave him the touchdown. So, again, it's Caden Basenko, the running quarterback, who is killing the Roos today. And we got a little swinging gate action here for extra point. And they're going to go for 2.
Oh.
Quarterback, kicker, whoever that is.
Oh.
He just got killed.
Yes.
Oh, there's a flag after that, and that I don't know. The flag that's a hit, ref. That's just a hit. I know it's a smaller guy getting hit by a bigger guy. Oh, intentional grounding. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
okay.
It's the right call.
It's the right call.
But I immediately just go to, I mean, that's what your natural instinct, unfortunately, is these days, is that it's roughing the quarterback or the hit's too hard or something like that.
That was a hard hit. His helmet popped off when he hit the ground.
That's Landon Gill, the backup freshman quarterback from San Antonio, Texas, at 5'9", 155. I think he's going to say, I think we don't need to run that play again.
No. It looked good to start.
And, they're up. TLU's up 20-3 in the second quarter. I'm not really sure why you go for the 2 points right there. I know you use the sliding scale book and whatever, but I think at that point you just kick the extra point and you keep it keep your lead. But
unless you want to see it in live action, in game action, but if it goes like that, I'm guessing that's the only time they're going to run that play this year.
And they're going to kick it to Barrett. He's going to let it go through the back of the end zone. So good play there by Barrett to let that one go.
The wind's picked up a little bit, and the kicker got a little more on that one than he has previously.
He got that jet stream and got it through there, and that's how you keep the ball out of his hands. So earlier in the year, we saw some of our deep backs try to catch it above their head and bring it out, and never a good decision to do that. They usually end up bobbling it. Sometimes they took it at about the 2-yard line, bobbled it, goes into the end zone, and they're lucky to get back to the 5 or 10-yard line. So I think they've been working on that. If it goes over your head, let it go.
Yep. Better to start at the 25 than the 2.
Well, we've said the last 3 drives, we got to score. So we definitely need to score here. And that's how you do it. Give it to that guy who's going to take it. One guy to beat. And he does beat him. That's going to be he got just enough of him. He's going to be taking out the 5-yard line, but Barrett Hudson takes that one all the way to the 5.
I thought he had another 70-yarder.
Wow. I mean, it was right there. That one guy that he was able to slow down just enough, and then once you get those wheels going, you could tell the arms were flailing. He was out of control. Man, that guy is exciting to watch. Brings Zion Stewart now in the backfield. Coach White's going to go out there and explain the rules to the ref here.
Yeah, we've got a flag, and I'm not sure what it's for.
I don't think the refs understand what the substitution rule is exactly, because Tony Joe White has been trying to explain it to him the entire game. Now, as we say that, we just had our tight end come off the field, number 82, so we might have had 12 men out on
No. I couldn't hear exactly what he had to say, but it sounded like 2 men in position for more than 3 seconds.
I think they had 12 men, and they were already in position, and I don't know. I think he's making some of the stuff as it goes. That's okay. Oh, good move there by Jalen. Good pass.
He's in.
That's touchdown. Kangaroos. Trey Adams, the senior tight end from Wiley, Texas. Great job there by Jalen. As the back went out of the backfield, he looked at the back the entire time. 2 guys end up going to the back, and he comes back and just fires into Trey Adams, who was wide open on the backside. Good job using his eyes to kind of get that safety off of the tight end.
That's a good tight end maneuver when you catch the ball at the 2 and drag 3 defenders into the end zone with you.
It's a low snap, but good job there by the holder, Trey Adams, who actually holds on that. And with 13:03 to still go in the second quarter, we have TLU Bulldogs 20, Austin College 10. So the Roos, we said they needed to score, and they did just that. So, and quickly too. So they didn't take much time off the clock. Still plenty of time in this second quarter. Now what we need is another stop by this Roos defense. It's like we had on this last drive.
Yeah, last series they played great.
Again, I don't know what it is. It's going against the wind. Sometimes maybe makes you think you got to concentrate a little bit more. Slows it down a little bit. I don't know, but it's working for the Roos. It worked for Texas Lutheran in that first quarter. Now Caleb's going to have a pretty good job here trying to kick this one deep. So we've got Eugene Robinson, the 4th, number 16. He's to the right side. And Levante Henry's to the far side, back deep. So let's see what Caleb does if he can. Their numbers are he's kind of squatting down a little bit. It's hard to read that number. He's going to kick it to number 16. Takes it at the 8-yard line. Good job there by the special teams. And
great coverage.
Jeremiah Contreras did a good job of forcing him to the outside, knowing that he only had about 5 yards between the sideline and the next player. So just kind of ran out of room. So good kick there by Caleb, and good job by Jeremiah Contreras. The Bulldogs are going to take over at their own 29-yard line. Hand off to Guzman, who's hit immediately when he gets to the line of scrimmage by number 0, Colton Gherkin. And that's a pretty beefy offensive line. If you start looking at their offensive linemen, there's some good size to that TLU team.
Yes.
Now I know why Guzman's such an effective running back. Bring up 2nd down and 7. They're going to hand it off to Guzman outside. It's going to be a reverse, and Colton Gherkin says, no, sir. Good job there by Colton Gherkin, sniffing that one out and staying home. That's going to be a loss of about 8 yards. Bring up 3rd and a mile. When I saw that play start to develop, I was like, uh-oh, because there was nobody after Colton Gherkin. If he got around Colton, he was going to be running for a while.
Yep, that's staying in your lanes, following your assignment.
And I think Colton saw that guy coming too and said, you know what, I can't catch the running back, but I can sure catch you. Again, it's trying to keep containment, and quarterback's going to try to scramble out and throw one up at the last second. It's got a receiver. Oh, no, the ball pops out, so incomplete pass. just wasn't able to bring it all the way in. That's number 6 again, Caleb Camarillo. I think he's going to need to get some more stickum on those gloves because he's had some that have been there and hit the hands and stayed in, but then he can't take it all the way to the ground.
He was worrying about the run before he had the catch.
I never had that problem. I was just worried about the catch because I knew there was going to be no run afterwards. That's what happens when you've got some speed. So, again, the Roos defense did exactly what we want them to do. They were able to get a 3-and-out. Actually got some negative yardage on that play.
Got another late substitution.
Yeah, and if the Roos are smart, they'd go substitute somebody right now because they did it too late. They would. Oh, high snap. Good job there by the punter. Is able to get it out. DQ's going to call for the fair catch. Oh, and it goes right through his hands.
I don't think
nope,
he
they say he
touched
didn't.
it.
He didn't touch it.
He didn't touch it.
It literally. Oh no, they said he did, but they recovered it. They can't advance the fumble. I didn't know you couldn't advance a fumble.
I don't think he touched it.
Well, they're saying that it's TLU ball, but because he called the fair catch and it was a fumble, you can't advance it. So bad break there for the Roos as they got exactly what they wanted by the defense, got the stop. Punt goes into the sun, and I think DQ just kind of with that wind a little bit. So TLU is going to take the ball at the Roos 31-yard line. Hand that off to Guzman.
Nice.
It hit immediately by the handoff. So good job there by the quarterback to make sure that that ball didn't get fumbled.
The D-line's really good penetration.
Yeah, it's a great job there. I'm not sure how they still got 2 yards on it, though, but they were still able to get 2 yards. But they had 2 guys carrying the ball. I don't know who the stats person is going to give that to Guzman or to Caden Basenko because he knew that he couldn't let go because that was about to be a fumble. They were hit immediately on that exchange. Guzman's going to stay in at running back. And they're going to go screen pass to Guzman. Able to shed 1 tackler. Takes it all the way down to the 12-yard line. Well, I think we've gotten such good penetration. That was a good play call there by the Bulldogs as they realized that we were bringing an extra player, a little bit more aggressive. They let us kind of slip through, and then they slipped that running back out of the backfield on a little screen play. So good call there good call by the offensive coordinator. Bulldogs are going to go 2 running back set. Hand that one off to number 26, Cabrante Williams. Able to get to the 9-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 6. Yeah, it looked like the Roos did a good job of, forcing him to the outside, spreading that play out, but yet they still get 4 yards. They're getting a good job of getting – their offensive line's getting some push off the line. And they got one there, too. Oh, good job there by the – I don't know how the running back made it to the end zone. I thought he was going down at the 5, and he stumbled, bumbled, and fell into the end zone for a touchdown.
I thought we had him, too. We had 2 hands on him. That should have been a tackle at the 5. You're correct.
That was a good play by the running back. Good job by Weston Guzman.
Looks like they took your advice, and they're just going to kick it now.
And it's good. So with 9:13 to go, Texas Lutheran University Bulldogs 27, Austin College 10. So that it was set up by the good job, great play by the defense to force the punt. It was the fumbled punt that kind of set that drive up. I think it took some of the momentum out of the defense, and they were a little bit lethargic kind of on that last couple plays there as they missed some tackles, let the running backs kind of just slip on through into the end zone. But this is kind of where the Roos were last time they played TLU. They kind of got behind a little bit, and then they kind of started that little run and kind of came back, and then TLU was kind of able to put it away right at the last minute with a return kickoff for 100 yards. But maybe the Roos have them right where they want them.
Yeah. Kind of hoping this kick goes to DQ so he can make amends.
Thinking if I'm Joaquin Rodriguez, that's who I'm kicking it to. But they're going to test out Barrett Hudson instead, and Barrett has it go. Oh, that's going to be a safety. Yeah, he touched it at the 2-yard line, and it went back into the end zone. Now they're saying it's a touchback. They've changed the call to a touchback. I'm not sure why, because he definitely touched it at the 2-yard line.
They're having a debate among the officials right now.
The other coach over there is kind of going ballistic, and I kind of don't blame him. I'd like an explanation, too, as to why it's not. Neil LaHue, the third-year coach for TLU, has done a great job in revitalizing this program. And, you know, DJ, when I was doing the stats for this team, they've got about just under about 90 players or so that they travel with. But there's another 68 players that they have that are just freshmen, sophomore, couple juniors that I think they may have a JV team. So they've got a very large, plenty of guys to work through practice and get plenty of experience and touches in a practice scenario. Barrett Hudson's going to take this one to the left side, able to pick up a gain of about a yard. But, yeah, they got enough guys that are able to get those repetitions early and beat up on some other guys on a consistent basis. And what we're seeing today, most of these guys are all seniors, juniors. There's a few freshmen that are sprinkled in here and there, but mainly upperclassmen, whereas Austin College is mainly made up of some freshmen, sophomores, a couple seniors here and there. TLU did a pretty good job there of stuffing that one up and bottling up the offensive line. Barrett was trying to be patient, look for a hole. I just couldn't find one.
Nothing materialized for him.
Bring up 3rd and 6. Clock's going to hit the 8-minute mark left in the second quarter. Jalen Talton back to pass. 2 receivers the far side. Talton's going to hit Barrett out of the backfield. Breaks the first tackle.
He's there.
It depends on where that spot comes in and where he stepped out. And they're going to give him the first down. Good job there by Barrett, who had 2 guys. I had to beat 2 guys. Usually you just got to beat 1, and it's a little bit easier to one-on-one space. You know Barrett's going to do that, but beating 2, not so easy. Especially when you got the sideline right there. One little toe out, but it's a first down for the Roos. Barrett's going to take this one to the left side and pick up about 3.5 yards. Zion Stewart's going to come give him a breather. Bring up 2nd and 7. Jalen Talton's got all day back there trying to find somebody. Can't. Now there he goes. Oh, nice pass. Nice catch there by Jacob Brewer. Good touch by Jalen Talton, who just got out. That's just where the receiver and the quarterback know each other, right?
Yep. That's dropping it in the bucket.
That was great touch. Great patience there by Jalen Talton to see his receiver. Kind of made some eye contact, realized, hey, this is scramble drill. Head to the corner, and he did. 1st and 10 Roos. So he's looking back at him again. Oh. Tried to spin out of that one, and they grabbed his knee, and he's going to get up from that one. I was afraid he wasn't getting up from that. He tried to spin the same way the guy was spinning the opposite way.
Yeah, he's feeling that a little bit.
So Zion Stewart still in the running back position. Being pistol formation. Jacob Brewer to the far side. Just off the fingertips of Trey Adams. And bring up 3rd and long. Davo McDonald's going to check in, go in the slot to the far side. Michael Kress is the far wide receiver. Jacob Brewer's the near side receiver. Zion Stewart, running back. Good catch there by Jacob Brewer. Not going to be enough for first down. It's going to bring up 4th and long. And they're going to bring the punting unit in. So just a little perspective here. Barrett Hudson already has 115 yards rushing. And we're still got 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Now, I would have thought that Caden Basenko, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, would have more. He's got 90. Actually, he only has 69 yards rushing. And that punt's going to go out at about the 21-yard line, so going to effectively prevent them from returning that one. Put it out about the 21.
Need the defense to step up again.
Weston Guzman still at running back. Caden Basenko at quarterback. Caden has 92 passing yards, but one of them came on that long play. Roos defense is going to need a stop now. TLU's not in a hurry. There's 4 minutes left. Clock's ticking. They have all 3 of their timeouts left. Plus, we got the 2-minute timeout, 2-minute warning. This time, Weston Guzman gets out into open field. Brought down by number 7, Garrison Hefner. Good tackle by Garrison, just one-on-one. All you can do is kind of lower your head, lower your shoulder, and he had to take the brunt of that one. Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 49. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Good play there by number 1. Jeremiah can try to sniff that one out. Khalib Camarillo, that's the one time Khalib probably wished that he hadn't caught it.
Yeah.
Ended up losing a couple yards on that one. Now, what you got to be careful of is they run the same play where they fake it to one and the other receiver takes off on a dead sprint. But that's just watching film and knowing what the other team's going to do. Good job by Jeremiah. Three minutes left at the 3-minute mark. Quarterback's going to take this one himself. It's a hold. Caden Basenko took that, but Brady Dygert looked like he was held and tackled on the play by the number 77, but no flag on that play. Been very, very few flags. Now they're going to pick it up. They're going to hand that one off to Guzman. He slips to the outside, takes it all the way down inside the 10-yard line. See that offensive line starting to take a little bit of toll on the Roos front line as.
Yeah, they're opening up holes this drive.
Time of possession so far, Austin College has had the time of possession 14 minutes to 11 minutes for TLU. They had one quick score, the 65-yard touchdown pitch and catch that came pretty quickly. But other than that, I think that big offensive line for TLU is just starting to kind of lean a little bit into that Roos front line. And that's going to take us all the way down to the 2-minute timeout. TLU first and goal from the 8-yard line. Well, we need to hold them here, DJ.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. With trailing by 17, need to do something to need a turnover, really. If I'm going to be honest, we're going to need a turnover, and then we're needing to go down and either defense is going to have to score or offense is going to have to score quickly before the end of this half. Bulldogs are going to come out with two receivers the near side. They're going to hand it off. That's number
23.
23.
They brought in a new running back.
Brought in some fresh legs. It's Riker Purdy, the junior from New Braunfels, Texas. Home of Jason Lee. Second and goal from the 4-yard line. This time they're going to bring Guzman back in. Quarterback's going to take this one himself and just kind of walk right into the end zone, untouched. Touchdown, Caden Basenko. Touchdown, Bulldogs. I think he had the read option, and he had the option to hand it off to the running back, and I think, it was going to be a touchdown, but he said, you know what, I want to take this one myself. I think he's going to try to make a name for himself today, and rightfully so. He's done a good job running. They're going to go back to the standard extra point right down the middle. So with 1:23 still to go, TLU Bulldogs 34, Austin College 10. So Caden Basenko now has 98 yards rushing with 3 TDs, 90 yards passing and 1 TD. So he's accounted for 4 of their touchdowns so far.
That's a solid game.
That's a pretty solid game, and that's just the half. Now, Weston Guzman's carried it 6 times for 45 yards, no touchdowns. Jackson Bennett did have the 1 carry, the 3 carries for 15, and the other player to get the touchdown that not named Caden Basenko. So the 1:23, all 3 timeouts. Roos going against the wind, not much of a wind. Roos are standing back at their 5-yard line, but kicker's kicking with the wind. They're backing up to the goal line, looks like now. I think you stand on the goal line. If it goes over your head, let it go. If not, come up and catch it. This is going to be DQ. DQ is going to take it at about the 5-yard line. Tries to get the outside, but it's going to take it all the way out to about the 26. Had a bit of a lane, but he got between. The lane was really narrow because it was right there on the sideline. Good job there by the special teams to force him out of bounds.
Got 1:17, and the offense needs to show up here.
Yeah, I think they're, like I said, though, we still have all 3 timeouts. And we got Barrett Hudson back there. Now we're going to go back to the quad formation, which worked so well. And they've only got 3 defenders out there trying to cover all 4, and they're going to go right back to it, and they throw it to Barrett, who gets past the first guy and is able to run out of bounds. So great job there by Barrett to catch that, break the first tackle, gets to the outside, and picks up 8 yards.
Anytime you can get him in space, you need to get him in space.
Yeah. I'd love to see the route trees that they have based off that one formation. So far, we've seen the same play twice, but they've got to have some other ones that vary it up a little bit. And there, you got Barrett Hudson back in space again, who's going to take this one and
get the first down.
Get the first down. Get out of bounds. So, minute 4, moving slowly. Going to have to pick up a little bit more yards than that on a consistent basis, but it's a good start. Kind of sucking that defense in a little bit with some of these shorter routes. I'd like to see Jacob Brewer over the top, but look at the they're giving DQ Barnes out there. They're giving him a 10 yards, 10-yard cushion, and there's Brewer. They're going to hit Barrett Hudson out of the backfield. It's like a late hit out of bounds, but no flag there. They've held on to it. He picks up a good 6 yards, gets out of bounds again. So the Bulldogs are playing no deep passes, right? I mean, look at that. I mean, I'd take that and just fire it right out to DQ Barnes right now.
It's not a full prevent, but they are given plenty of cushion.
Only bringing 3. Jalen's going to find Barrett again, who's beats the first guy and picks up another first down and gets out of bounds. Barrett Hudson's done it when rushing the ball. Now he's doing it catching the ball. If you're into fantasy sports, you want him on your fantasy team.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's catching the receptions and getting the 1 points and the yardage. That's 6 receptions now for 37 yards. And there he goes over the top for Michael Kress and just throws a little bit behind him. But, yeah, they're playing so deep. Michael Kress just needs to get there and kind of squat down and sit down in that pocket because there's a huge, huge hole right there. I mean, I can see the cornerback, the free safety, the safety, and the other cornerback, and they're all just 10 yards off the line of scrimmage.
The safeties are 15 yards off
they're
now.
Creeping up a little bit. And And that one slipped out. Now the clock stopped, so was it an incomplete pass?
That's what they're having the debate.
Or a timeout? I think they said timeout for the Roos. They're going to call that was incomplete pass. I think that was open hand.
Yeah, I thought it was a fumble.
Yeah, it was a fumble. Open hand, I think, is what he had, so it was a fumble. Timeout Roos with 40 seconds to go, still here in the second quarter. But, we haven't had the ability really to mix it up. We can't really run in this situation too much.
No.
But they've done a really good job of these short little passes, picking up kind of just nickel and diming it down the field. Now, granted, they're giving us 5 and 10 yards, but get a good job of picking it up. That's just unfortunate. The ball just kind of slipped out. Bring up 3rd and 20. There's DQ, gets that ball. Now he gets good job there by DQ Barnes. Ooh, rolls up on Zarna Stewart, but that's what we wanted to see earlier, right?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Once he gets that ball, running full speed, nobody's going to catch him. So now this brings up 4th and a lot more manageable.
That was the exact drag that he had 20 yards on earlier if he'd caught it. He got 20 yards on this.
Bring up 4th and 4. That's what DQ needed. He needed a little bit of a confidence booster, too. He had dropped that one earlier, fumbled the punt return. Had a good kickoff return. Now he's got a good catch under his belt. What do you draw up here? 4th and 4.
I'm concerned with getting the first. I'm not trying to score here.
No, that's what I'm saying. What are you calling here? I'm trying to think.
Well,
Hudson's
not in. I would have liked a nice little wheel route to him and have a lot of faith for him to get that.
That was my call too until I realized he wasn't in there. And I was like, well, that's out the window. But Zion Stewart's more than capable of doing it as well.
Nice.
There you go, right back to DQ. Just squats down there 5 yards and gets the first down. That'll stop the clock. Well, they move the chains. Need to get up on that ball quickly with 19 seconds to go.
Yeah, you've got to be ready to snap it as soon as they spot it.
And they're not, so Austin College is going to call timeout. That is their final timeout, so 18 seconds to go. You know, you called timeout before the play, so I think you got to, when you make that timeout call, you've got to talk about what happens once you get it, right? And so you should have a play, whether it's spiking it or whatever, get up on the ball immediately. As soon as the referee says go, you spike it, or you run your play, whatever you've got called. But you should have had 2 plays called right there. You'd like to be able to save that timeout. So now, first and 10 from the 32-yard line, 18 seconds to go.
You got a max of 3, maybe 4 plays here.
Yeah, but you got to be able to get it. I mean, you got to get out of bounds.
This has got to be yardage. Oh, and it's going to be a sack.
And that's probably going to be the last play. That's the one thing you can't do. Everybody's got to get back quickly. 3, 2, 1, and no.
Nope.
Time's expired.
That's how the half's going to end.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Roos were trying to shuffle guys in and out. You can't substitute on that. No, that's how the play's going to end. So that's going to be the end of the first half. So Austin College trailing TLU Bulldogs 34, Austin College 10. So, you know, not the half we wanted to see, not what we want to see out of these Roos. They put up a good fight against them in the second half the last time we played them. So we hope to see the exact same thing, make some adjustments. We're going to take a 20-minute break, and we'll be back for the second half. So we'll see you soon. All right, we're back to start this second half, and this is where the Roos, DJ, this is where the Roos kind of made their comeback. And the last time they played them was the second half, and kind of fought hard, put up some good yardage, good points, but just came up, like I said, a little bit short in the end. So I hope the Roos can kind of turn around and make some adjustments at halftime. Roos is going to start off with the ball going into the wind, so we've got the advantage, right?
Absolutely. We've had some tough returns today. It'd be nice to get one here.
Yeah, the wind's picked up a little bit. Looking at the flag and the north end zone and the goalpost kind of whipping around a little bit right to left, probably about 10 miles an hour. So Jaquan Rodriguez is going to get that advantage there. They're going to kick it to DQ. That one's going to go over his head, and he's going to let that one go. He put his hands up for a second. I thought he was going to try to field it. Maybe a little nervous. A little first half stats. So for Austin College, 232 yards in that first half. Total yards, 38 plays compared to TLU's 31. TLU put up 281 total yards. Like we said a minute ago, Barrett Hudson put up some good yardage, 115 yards on the ground. So if it worked in the first half, stick with the second half. And he's going to start off with a good run right up the right side, cut it back up the middle, and they're still
pushing forward,
scrumming. Now they're saying ball came out. Refs are looking like the ball came out, but at some point, they got to blow the whistle. I mean, they're saying it was a fumble. Austin College is looking around like the play had stopped.
That is not the start we wanted.
Not the start, but that play was really weird. He got 8 yards, and then there was a bit of a scrum, and then it just kind of sat there for a good 5 seconds, and then you started seeing people scramble for a ball, but the play had definitely stopped. Got to blow the whistle for forward progress at some point when it's just done. But either way, it's going to be a turnover, so the Bulldogs are going to take over at the Austin College 33-yard line. Fake the handoff to Guzman. Quarterback's going to keep it, take off to the left side. Takes it all the way down inside the 15-yard line to about the 14. Caden Basenko, and DJ, we were talking about at halftime. He's deceptively slow, right? So he gets all these yards, and you think, wow, how are they not tackling him? But he gets into open field, and
yeah, he makes nice reads, and
he does a good job of setting up his blockers, though, too.
He really does. He really does.
Did a good job there with his wide receivers, and that play was blown dead before it ever started. I think there was.
Yep, false start.
One of the few flags we've seen today. So that's going to back them up 5. Basenko's going to probably run this one again as he's trying to find somebody to throw it to, and got to be way past the line of scrimmage. Well, I guess he was right at the line of scrimmage, but with that last run on the play before, Basenko went over 100 yards. He's at 118 yards now rushing, only 90 passing. And I think he could have picked up about 10 on that one had he decided to run. I think he's just maybe tired.
He definitely could have. There was nobody coming to him, and he was just waiting on his receiver to open, and he never opened.
Bulldogs going to put 3 receivers at the far side. Guzman in the backfield. Looks to that right side. Comes back to Guzman to the left. Guzman makes a good cut, uses blockers, takes it all the way down to the 5-yard line. Guzman did a good job there using the blockers as well.
Yep. That was an inside screen, and our linebackers just got lost in the flow completely.
3rd and 2 for Texas Lutheran. They can get the first down without getting the touchdown. So 78 offensive linemen, 5'11", 345. That's where they've been running behind quite a bit. Quarterback's going to take this one right up the middle for his 4th touchdown of the day. Basenko runs right up the gut there.
He was untouched.
He made it look pretty easy, and again, deceptively slow. He just you kind of think he's going to get tackled right there, and just some good blocks by the offensive lineman. Extra point is good. So with only 12:59 still to go in the 3rd quarter, TLU Bulldogs 41, Austin College 10. Again, not the start with a fumble on the opening play. Kind of question the fumble and when it occurred exactly, because I think the refs let that play go on a little bit too long. But they're learning. So DQ Barnes, Barrett Hudson go back to take the kickoff return. Joaquin Rodriguez looks to kick this one back through the back of the end zone again. Or maybe you just kick it up high and get a good hang time and see if they can pin them inside the 25. Here we go. It's going to kick a low liner to DQ Barnes, who's going to let this one go. Oh, it just goes out the back of the end zone. That one was a foot away from going out of bounds versus going through the out of bounds in the back of the end zone.
I fully understand why you left that one alone.
That was a knuckleball.
Yeah.
Nothing good will happen on trying to catch that one. Yeah, you just get out of the way when they kick one like that. Hope it goes out of bounds.
We're about a foot and a half from it going out of bounds.
Instead, we'll take it at our own 25-yard line. Barrett Hudson's going to take this up the middle and met almost immediately by number 48. Good tackle there by Grayson Kowalski, the senior from Sabinal, Texas. No gain on that one, so good play there by the middle linebacker. And the pistol formation, I think they do a little bit better when he lines up next to Jaylon. It's not nearly as deep. Yep, there he is. Hudson's in the flat. Only picked up 1 yard on that one. A good job there by Jalen going down his read and going to his third option there. Got a little pressure, got out of the way, able to get the ball off, avoid the sack, and pick up a yard. Bring up 3rd and 9.
Really would have liked to see him tuck that and run. I think he could have picked up a little more.
Yeah, Jalen hadn't really showed off his legs too much this year. Had a bum ankle. Oh, nice catch there. I think that's Michael Kress. First down, Roos.
He thread that through 3 defenders.
That is Michael Cresson. Makes the catch and takes the hit. That's what you like to see from these wide receivers. Michael Kress is the sophomore from Round Rock, Texas. Went to Stony Point High School. Good pass and good catch. Good job there by the O-line. Jalen's going to take off there. Oh, now they're going to call holding on that. I don't know about that. That was way outside the play. But good job there by Jalen on tucking that and running. Seeing the opportunity. Good block there by number 24, Trey Adams. The crowd's not happy with that call at all. They're going to call that on 73. I think that's Trevor Timmerman. That was kind of questionable. Especially considering we saw a couple holds on the other team that were a lot more egregious that they didn't call. But that's football sometimes. But come on, man. 1st and 20 for the Roos. Going to find Barrett Hudson out in the flat. Just can't pull that one in. He started looking for running before he took off. He wanted to pick up some more yards on that one. He heard some footsteps, too. Eddie Brown, the junior from Cold Spring, Texas, was coming up pretty hot. Pretty vulnerable in that situation, too, when he kind of threads it out there for you. You have to stretch out, make the play. 2nd and 20. There's that drag route we saw earlier with DQ Barnes. This time it's going to be Jacob Brewer.
The defense was sitting on it a little more.
Yeah, they were kind of waiting for that one. Now, Brewer was kind of tiptoeing through there a little bit. Wasn't running probably full speed. I think you run full speed, you can run past that defense once you make that catch. Brings up 3rd and 12 for the Roos. 2 receivers to the near side. DQ Barnes at the far side. They're going to go for it all. Thorns number 8, downfield. Jacob Brewer just a little bit too far on that one. Again, that's Eddie Brown, number 7 on the coverage. Eddie Brown at 5'7", 150. Jacob Brewer, 6'2", 201. I kind of like that matchup. Put a little more air underneath it.
Yeah.
Get into a jump ball situation. What did Des Bryant say to Dak the other day? Did you see him mouthing to Dak when it came off the sidelines? And Dak
CD?
CD, yeah, CD Lamb, sorry.
Yeah, jump ball 4.
Jump ball, right. End over end punt. Going to take a little bit of a ruse roll. Go out of bounds about the 32-yard line. I think that's what we want with some of these receivers. If we could get into a jump ball situation, I think we're going to win that jump ball situation.
Absolutely.
9 out of 10 times. And the one time we're not going to win it, I think it's just going to be incomplete or pass interference. There's no way that they can out-jump our receivers.
Well, it's up to the defense here. Put a nice tone on the start of this second half.
Different running back. That's going to be, looks like number 37 in there running the ball. Reggie Hodge, the redshirt sophomore from San Antonio Roosevelt. Three receivers to the far side, one to the near side. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8. Caden Basenko is going to take this one himself. Pick up about 14 yards. Right up the middle.
Yeah.
Quarterback draw.
When your quarterback's got over 100 yards rushing, you keep giving him the ball.
coming into the game, he had 260 rushing.
Wow.
In 5 games. So, yeah, he's having a career day rushing the 137 yards. Oh, just tries to slide. It's probably a little bit too late, but picks up about 8 yards.
Got good pressure on there, and he just slipped a sack and almost picked up the first down.
Yeah, that's kind of been how he's kind of made some of his yardage today is the defense has done a good job keeping him, putting pressure on him. They just haven't been able to keep him contained. He's able to get out the backside and pick up a lot of his yardage. Goes for a sidearm pass there. Colton Gherkin and Jeremiah Contreras on the coverage there, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Looks like a shortstop trying to make a little double hop there, make that long throw and get it in there, but
that was a nice ball. I thought Caleb Caramillo was going to hang on to that.
He's going to scramble out to the outside. This time, Caleb Calamero caught that one. Slid on his knees, made that just before he went out of bounds. Good throw, good catch. This time he controlled it all the way to the ground. So he found the stickum at halftime and got the glove, got some new gloves maybe. Bring up 1st and 10 right at the Roos 31-yard line. They're going to bring Weston Guzman back in at running back. 2 receivers to the near side, one at the far. Fake the handoff to Guzman. Going to throw it out to number 9, Cole Andrus. Picks up 9 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 1. Crowd's trying to get into this and trying to stop them from scoring any more points. Get behind the Roos defense here. So he's going to fake the handoff and go for the pass. He's going to go for the back of the corner of the end zone to number 12. That's Jeremiah Contreras. Good coverage there. Just got between the man and the ball. Nothing he could do there. Put his hands up. You know, face guarding is legal as long as you don't make contact, and he definitely didn't make contact. So good play by Jeremiah.
Yeah, that was a great ball, great defense.
You know, coming into the game, he had six breakups. Last year, he led the nation in breakups, so he's right back on pace to where he was last year. So good job by Jeremiah. Handoff to Guzman is hit right at the line. I don't think he got there. He only needed a yard. I think he's going to come up short.
He did not make it.
Colton Gherkin finished him off, and he kind of ran into the back of his own offensive lineman because number 95, Fernando Delgado, pushed the center right back into the running back.
They're leaving the offense out there.
They're going to do the Philly special here. Jeff Kelly's getting excited to see this play as he sees it every Sunday from his Philadelphia Phillies. No, they back out of it. No, he didn't get there. Good job there by number 6 for Cam Hammond, who came from the backside and drug him down. And then number 4, Nick Chevalier. Great stand by the defense in those last 2 plays. That's probably the best 2 plays they've had all game.
That is the hold we needed.
I know it's 41-10, and you don't get excited about too much, but you got to get excited when they make a great stand right there on that 4th down. I mean, it was literally 3rd and less than a yard, probably a foot, and they didn't get – in 2 plays they didn't get it. Hopefully that's the need or momentum that the offense can get behind. And with 5:56 to go, still here in the 3rd quarter. Zion Stewart back at running back. Hand off to Zion. Sees the hole, opens back up to the right side, and picks up about 4 yards. Got Garen Kissinger, sophomore tight end on the far side. Jacob Brewer to the near side. Trey Adams going in motion. Hand off to Zion Stewart, who's going to pick up about 4 yards, bring up a 3rd and 1. No, they're going to give him the first down. They're going to give him the fourth. They're going to give him the roll. It's the first time they've given us the benefit of the doubt.
Those are back-to-back great runs.
Yeah, not huge holes, but he's able to just kind of slip in and.
He's being patient, seeing the hole, and getting through it.
At 5'7", 175, he can kind of get lost in there. That's kind of what he did. This time he took a different approach. He just put his head down and bulldozed the center and pushed forward for 4 yards. Now they're going to bring Barrett Hudson back in. Jacob Brewer to the far side. Michael Kress in the slot. This is going to be Barrett Hudson. Barrett Hudson's going to – I mean, he just puts his hand on this offensive lineman's back and then just kind of hides and pushes him which way he wants to go, and he goes the opposite way and picks up 8 yards.
Yeah, that was a nice run. That's 4 lateral steps, waiting on the hole to open, seeing it open, and he shot through it.
He's a freshman from Katy, Texas, and just the vision and the patience he has as a freshman to be able to kind of get behind his lineman and trust him. This time he's going to get to the outside and just pick up 10.
Yeah, no hole, bounce it out.
So they're going to give Barrett Hudson a break now and bring in Zion Stewart. Good little 1-2 punch. Got Jacob Brewer here to the near side. Michael Kress is in the slot.
A little bit of
Trey Adams tight end. Good block there by Trey Adams, and good play there by number 38. That's Sabron Taylor, the freshman from Bloomington, Texas, who came up and made the tackle. Outside linebacker was able to see what was developing, and Trey Adams had to block 2 guys, and he took one, and the other one made the tackle.
If he gets past that, he's got at least 10, 12 yards.
Hand off to Zion. It goes right up the middle. First down. He hit that hole fast. I mean, that hole was there, and it was brief, and he didn't waste any time getting up and busted through there. Picked up 12 yards for the first down. You know, this is kind of the methodical drive we saw earlier in the first quarter, and Barrett Hudson, there he goes. Barrett Hudson just pushing, picking up, 4 yards here, 5 yards there.
Yeah, nice patient runs. Hitting the hole hard when it appears.
Problem is we're down 31 points. There's not enough time. There's 1:28 left here in the third quarter, but we need to score quickly. But I also know part of it's, just establishing, building some confidence back up. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far side. Barrett Hudson's going to only pick up 4 yards on that one. Or 3 yards, I should say. So at this point, you just got to assume you're in 4-down territory. So
absolutely. And I'd really like to see him finish this drive off.
Bring up 3rd and 4. Zion Stewart back in the backfield in the pistol position. Trey Adams there in the slot. Jacob Brewer to the near side. Michael Crest to the far side. Zion Stewart's going to take it to the left. One-on-one with the cornerback. And I think Zion's going to win that one all day long, and he sure did.
Yep. Got the first.
You know, Zion Stewart's 5'7", 175, but he runs a lot bigger, a lot stronger, more powerful than 175 because he just ran over that defensive back right there. He has no problem putting his head down and going. So with that, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So the Roos are trailing Texas Lutheran Bulldogs 41, Austin College 10, going into this fourth quarter. But the Roos are driving, trying to kind of reestablish the running game, build a little bit of a confidence going into this fourth quarter. So far, Barrett Hudson has 148 yards, Zion Stewart 56 yards. So the two of them over 200 yards combined, majority of it coming off of Barrett Hudson, obviously, who's carried the ball 18 times to Zion's 8. But you've got Barrett Hudson averaging 8.2 yards per carry, Zion Stewart's averaging 7 yards per carry. Doesn't take a mathematician to figure out if you do that 3 times, you should get a first down.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what they've been doing this drive. So we got 3 receivers on the near side. It's going to go in motion. It's going to hand this one off. Number 26 right up the middle. It's going to be a touchdown, Roos. New blood in there. That's Christian Johnson, the senior running back from Wiley, Texas. So Barrett and Zion kind of do all the work, and then Christian comes in and takes all the glory, right?
Yep. You don't get a lot of untouched from the 20 touchdowns right up the middle, but he absolutely got it.
But that's what the senior does, right?
Yeah.
Let the freshman and sophomore do the work, and the senior comes in and kind of cleans up and takes all the credit. And point after is good for Caleb Belladera. So with 14:54 to go in the fourth quarter, TLU Bulldogs 41, Austin College 17. You know, long ways to go. Do you do an onside kick at some point? Do you hope your defense can hold them here, maybe kick it deep, but you're kicking into the wind?
This one, with this much time left, I'd kick deep.
No, I'm sorry. We're kicking with the wind, so I guess we can kick it out of the back of the end zone. I thought we were going into the wind for a second. We only were going with the win for one play. I lost track of where we were on the field. Shout out to Keith Johnston, who's listening from, not sure where he is listening from, but he made a reference to number 95, Fernando, our defensive guy, Fernando Delgado, the freshman nose guard from W.T. White. Keith Johnston played back in the late 60s, early 70s for the Roos and was the second player to play for Austin College from W.T. White. First one to finish and play all 4 years. Well, they kicked it to number 16, and we said that's a mistake. You don't want to kick it to him. He brings it all the way out to about the 49-yard line. No, let's say he stepped out at the 46. So 2 weeks ago, he took it 100 yards. So I think the 46 is a pretty good,
pretty
good stop.
Improvement.
But, man, he's just dangerous. I think if he got the opportunity to kick it out of the end zone.
He probably ran 70 yards on that play
Yeah, he
because
did.
he came all the way to the left and then reverse filled to the right.
Number 37 takes it and takes a big hit there. It's Reggie Hodge, the running back from San Antonio, Texas Roosevelt. Now they bring back number 26, Cabrante Williams. Still have Caden Basenko in at quarterback. Crowd's starting to pick it up and get behind this, trying to cheer on this Roos defense. They're going to hand it off to the running back, 26. Tries to take somebody with him, but can't. That's number 94, Matias Martinez, the junior from Clear Lake, Texas. Makes the initial tackle. Bring up 3rd down and 4. They bring Weston Guzman back in.
I kind of think who we know is getting the ball.
Yeah. They were pretty emphatic about making sure the other guy got off and he got back in. And they're going to do that little screen pass out in the flat. He's going to take it all the way down to about the 31-yard line. Wow, it's so hard. You can see that coming a mile away from here. When he fakes the handoff, you know right where he's going. Good read there by Caden Basenko. First and 10, Bulldogs. Boy, a stop right there would have been huge for the Roos.
Yeah,
if they could have.
absolutely.
That running back, quarterback ran into each other, still able to bounce off and pick up 12 yards. Bulldogs were able to just kind of push the whole defense to the left side. And running back kind of cut that back to the right. I think if the running back hadn't run in the quarterback, he probably would have gone to the left side and wouldn't have picked up nearly as much. Number 23 is going to take that almost untouched till he gets hit at the 3-yard line out of bounds.
That was a lovely read and a good cut.
It's Riker Purdy, junior from New Braunfels, Texas. Shout out to Gracie Gogger and her friends, her friend Adam, who are listening to the game today. Appreciate that. 11:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs are going. Quarterback's trying to go for another touchdown. Maybe got a little greedy there. And that's Eliel Sandoval says, not today, my friend, not today. Going to take a loss on that one.
Yeah, that's about 5 yards.
I say that. I usually say that they didn't get any yards and they get 5 or 6. I'm pretty sure they lost yardage on that one.
Oh, they did.
All right,
did.
good. Bring up 2nd and 9.
We're going to consider that a sack.
Yep. So they bring in Weston Guzman back into running back. And the quarterback's going to keep this one. He looks for Guzman going out the back. Wide receiver in the back of the end zone, kind of left all alone. Roos in a zone defense there and just kind of left.
He got lost in the corner.
Got lost in the corner. Cornerback kind of got stuck in between. There was a guy at the front of the end zone, one in the back, and pick your poison. Caden Basenko had plenty of time on that one, and he maybe even could have run that one in. I'm surprised he didn't try for the.
He probably could have.
PAT is good, so with 10:50 to go, TLU Bulldogs 48, Austin College 17. So just when Austin College feels like maybe we got a little momentum, Bulldogs are able to kind of drive down the field and, aided by a 40-yard kickoff return. Started with great field position. All right, so this is one of the few times they've had to kick into the wind.
This should be returnable.
DQ Barnes and Barrett Hudson back there deep. I think the other time we returned it this way, that's when Hudson took it, went around the corner, took it to about the 45-yard line. They're going to kick it to Hudson. He's going to take it at about the 8-yard line. Good tackle there. That's number 45. Not even sure who 45 is on their roster. Let's see.
Jakeithon Owens.
Good tackle, Jakeithon.
Out of Madisonville, Texas. Which is only known for Buc-ee's.
And Jakeithon.
Yeah.
Well, that's where probably being patient on the kickoff return. You probably wanted to take that one, bust it right up the middle, and get what you can get. Able to get back to the 20, but Zion Stewart's going to take that one up to about the 22.5-yard line. Well below his average, but he'll get it on the next carry. So Caden Basenko, quarterback for TLU, 154 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. 137 rushing and 4 touchdowns. So he's had a pretty good career day.
Yeah. If you'd have told me after their first drive that we should put a spy on him for the rest of the game, I'd have been like, I don't know if you're.
Yeah, I think a spy would have been a great idea. We missed the game plan on that one. Oh, good tackle there. That's
They brought the house.
Yeah, they did. They brought everybody. Number 19 got in there and made a really good tackle and sack. Tyler Ward, the linebacker from Woodway, Texas. I think that's Woodway. That's near Waco. Is that home of Kevin Krause? I think he's out that direction. Bring up 3rd and 15 for the Roos. Zion's going to stay in at running back. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 at the far side.
Nice ball.
Nice ball. Nice catch by Michael Kress, who goes down low to get that one. Kept running all the way, goes down and makes the catch. And knew right where the first down marker was because, I mean, he literally was just a yard past it. Great route, great throw. Good job by Jalen to stay in there. He got pressured late. Zion's going to take this to the right side, cut that back up the middle, and there he goes back, getting his usual 7-yard carry. Michael Kress was a little slow getting up there. Zion kind of got pushed in the back of his legs. That's pretty painful, but seems to be doing okay. Roos bring in Christian Johnson into the backfield. Oh, good job there by Jalon to get out of coverage and gets the ball away just outside the fingertips, but more importantly, didn't take a 20-yard sack, which is what that was going to look like had he not gotten out of there.
Yeah, that was a fine escape.
Left side of the line just kind of had a little bit of a jailbreak.
I think that was 59 Ezekiel Williams that blew up in there.
Bring up 3rd and 4 for the Roos. Oh, Oh, it's a little late hit, but good try there by Jalon. A little bit more touch on that, but I like the idea, the concept. Throw it up, let Michael Kress go up and – actually, I'm sorry, that's 82. Garen Kissinger, the sophomore tight end, 6'2", 220 from Quitman, Texas.
That's a good ball. It had good touch on it, just a little too high.
Bring out Kellen Vickery again for another punt. Just got that one off, but a beautiful punt there. For going to be a fair catch this time.
That is the best kick of the day that he's had.
Yeah, that's his best kick of the year. That was a great punt, and good job by him. Got the spiral end over end, turned over, and it kept Eugene Robinson the fourth from going anywhere. He had to fair catch that one. $7:55 to go here in the fourth quarter. Roos trailing 48-17. Starting to see a few different numbers in there for the Roos. Seeing a few different numbers in there for the Texas Lutheran. Good play there. I see number 1 at quarterback, and we saw him earlier in the game. That's Landon Gill. We saw him on a extra point attempt, and probably one of the best hits I've seen all year.
Yeah. Looks like he's no worse for wear. He's out there.
He's pretty tough little dude if he can come back and make that at 5'9", 155. Freshman from San Antonio, Madison. Fake the handoff. They're still throwing. Oh, off the fingertips of the receiver and just off the fingertips of Trey Brewer. Thought Trey might have an opportunity at an interception there. That'd have been a good spot for one. Trey's got the athletic ability to take that one back to the house too. Make that a pick six.
Yeah, that was a true 50-50 ball.
Bring up 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Riker Purdy at running back. That's who they handed off to, is Riker. And he's going to pick up the first down as he runs over that left side. Nothing Purdy about that, just good hard-nosed football, right?
Yeah.
Well, your Stars and Oilers just started.
Yeah.
I know you're a big Stars fan.
Yep.
They've gotten off to a great start this season. Good job by the Roos defense there. Number 31. Well, I thought I saw 31 make the tackle. Maybe it wasn't somebody else.
No, it was. It was.
I don't see a 31 on our roster. Oh, 34. Okay, it was Josh Eckert from Frisco, Texas. They're going to hand off to number 32, Weston Guzman.
No, that was 22.
22, okay.
They're making wholesale changes now.
Nehemiah Murray, thank you. I might need to make wholesale changes with my glasses. Yeah, as soon as I said it, I was like, that can't be him. It doesn't. They don't. Different body styles, different body frames. But same result, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As they're content on just handing it off. And this time, 22, Nehemiah Murray from Luling, Texas. Never heard of that. Another first down. Clock still just ticking away, just running the clock down. 5 minutes to go left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, I thought they almost got the Roos to jump off sides, but they're still trying to figure out what play to run. I think they're running number 37, Reggie Hodge to the right side.
The Roos are also working in some rotational players.
Nope, quarterback kept it. Pitches out to number 85, Chris Taylor, Jr. Went to Steele High School. Roos got some freshmen out there. Number 21, Easy Roberts in at quarterback. One of my favorite names. I still don't see Texas Gordon out there. Trey Brewer on the other far side, cornerback. Handoff to 23. That's number 34 for the Roos. That's Josh Eckert making another good tackle. Unfortunately, it was past the marker, so it's going to be another first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 13. Clock's still running, though. 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Bulldogs can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Quarterback's going to keep this one himself. He's going to try to make it up, and he's going to walk right into the end zone. Again, that's number 1, Landon Gill. So he's forgotten about that play earlier and gotten his own redemption. Touchdown Bulldogs. And they did it. They hung over half 100 on us.
Yeah.
As Barry Switzer would say. Difference is Barry would hang half 100 at halftime.
Yeah.
And then go start calling recruits from the payphone locker room. Oh. Trey Brewer almost got in there and blocked that one. Extra point is good. So with 3:30 to go, TLU Bulldogs 55, Austin College 17. Well, I didn't expect this. I saw it was going to be a high-scoring game after the first couple drives, and thought, okay, well that's okay. We can handle that. But they just haven't. They haven't stopped scoring. We took a bit of a break, unfortunately. But I do think there's something to the fact that they got to play us, have a bye week, and turn around and play us again. That's just kind of a weird schedule to have to deal with while we went and played Lion and then turn around and play the same team again. And I know sometimes that's just how schedules go, but again, I'm not a fan of playing the same team twice in the same year. Next year, I'm not sure if we'll have that same issue with a couple teams coming in. I know we've got Hendricks coming in from Arkansas. DQ is going to take this. He's going to let it bounce through the back of the end zone. That's a smart play by DQ. I like that. He's thought about it and
realized he'd have to run up on it and take a chance.
No, never want to take it on the first hop if you don't have to. Problem is it's a live ball. You just hope it keeps rolling past you and doesn't roll the opposite way, but it rolled on by. So 3:30 to go here. Roos take the ball. I think we might see some. Jalen Talton's still in the game. New offensive lineman. I see number 55, Arthur Clayton, in there. Right guard.
We had a good drive last time. I'd like to see another.
Christian Johnson in at running back. Runs to the left side, picks up about 3. Key is just kind of letting that clock tick away, right? No hurry here. Just let the clock run down. Michael Kress is the near receiver.
Nice read.
Nice job there by Christian Johnson. Takes it around the right side, then cuts it back to the left. First down, Roos. Took that one around number 73, Trevor Timian, and number 55, Arthur Clayton. And number 78, Tristan Dobney. This time Christian's going to go to the left side. Not much room there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. I don't think Trey Adams made a block and just kind of pancaked this guy and kind of just kept on going.
Yeah. He's getting a little talking to from the ref.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to hit that two-minute timeout here in the fourth quarter. I think this is one where both teams would have said, you know what, we'll forgo this 2-minute timeout. Just let the clock roll. But sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. Well, DJ, it's been fun having you here in the booth. I appreciate you coming up and driving up for this. I know you were here yesterday to watch the men's soccer team play. And
they took the victory yesterday on senior night.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good to see. And here in a couple of weeks, well, actually a month, I think. What do we got here? Next week, Austin College will be playing Centenary, and then McMurray at McMurray. Then they're going to have a bye week, and then they'll be back here November the 16th versus Lyon. Christian Johnson's going to hit that hole for about 8 yards. Good run there. And that'll be November the 16th is going to be homecoming, so that'll be a fun time. We'll see a big crowd, big group of people coming back. I know it's a 30-year reunion for a lot of people that I'm friends with. And big crowd. Mark Parrish will be calling the game with me. And Lions, the team that we beat last week, so we're going to have a good opportunity there. Again, Christian Johnson's going to pick up the first down.
That's just putting your head down and getting 5 yards.
You going to be able to make it up for homecoming?
I will be here.
Awesome. Good to see. Out back will be rocking. Billy Core will be grilling some meat and some good brisket, some pulled pork. Christian Johnson again. This time he takes it to the right side. You know,
I think they're just going to let the senior run this game out.
I think they'll let him run it out and doing a good job. But, you know, you look back on this game, and I think just our running game has been phenomenal. Unfortunately, we mixed in a couple passes here and there that were incomplete that kind of slowed a couple drives down. Play here or there kind of took us out of our again, that's probably going to be – we've got one more play left. That might be the last play. But I think our running game showed a lot. I think we're going to learn to build around that running game. And then towards the end of the half, we saw Jalen making some short little passes, picking up some yardage, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock when we needed to. Christian Johnson, left side. First down, Roos, and that game's going to get a little chippy there. That's going to do it. I think that's going to run the clock out. I don't think they threw any flags. The clock stopped for some reason, but I guess just the first down, and then reset the clock.
Yeah.
Thought maybe they'd throw a flag. But anyway, GJ, appreciate you coming up and doing this. And
well, Kirk, thanks for having me.
I had a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
I want to give a special thanks to the people who helped me make this possible today. Again, thanks to DJ for the excellent color commentary. Thanks to Ethan Parker working the camera, Brooke Swift on stats, and a big thank you to Jeff Kelly, Sports Information Director, for all his hard work. On behalf of David Norman, Athletics Director, while he's still here, and President of Austin College, Stephen O'Day, thank you for watching Roo Nation. Go Roos. We'll see you at homecoming.